All right, this is Max Headspace 9mm back again, talking about how to be an awesome pistol shooter. I got the Glock 26, and this is our test gun, which we'll be using for the bulk of this series. Now, everybody understands the basic idea of a sight. You've got these two dots back here. Now, these are night sights. They don't show up as brilliantly during the daytime as a white dot does because they're little glass windows, but they'll work okay for this video. You basically want this front post to be in the space between these two rear posts, and you want the amount of air or daylight to be exactly equal. I can't believe I could do this. And then you want that dot to be right on top of the post, just like that. Now see how I'm kind of shaking and moving around? That's very normal. It's absolutely normal for people to do that. And the thing about shooting that is so precise is that at the moment that that bullet leaves the chamber and travels down the barrel, wherever this gun is aiming, that is where it's going to be traveling. It has already predetermined its path. So the secret to proper sight alignment is understanding how to line those sights up, which everybody pretty much already knows. But see, when you know that, you still have trouble with it. You can still have a difficult time holding steady. Holding steady is actually the most difficult part of aiming a pistol. You already know how to use the sights. That's not a big deal at all. The question is, how do you hold steady while you pull the trigger? A lot of things have to happen perfectly at the exact same moment to get a perfect shot. And if one of those things goes wrong, you will not get a perfect shot. It will be compromised somehow. So I'm going to teach you some exercises that will show you exactly how to train yourself to hold steady so that you can get a perfect shot when you're lining up your sights. All right, one thing you want to think about is when you're using your sights, which eye are you looking out? Some people can shoot with both eyes open, but usually you start out shooting with only one eye open. It's better to learn to shoot with your dominant eye, and then later on you can practice the tactical use of both eyes, which give you a greater amount of visibility peripherally. But for target shooting, at first especially, one eye is the one you want to use. Now, the eye that you want to use is your dominant eye. Everybody has a dominant eye. That's one eye that's a little stronger than the other. How do you find out which one is your dominant eye? Well, I'm going to show you right now. So take your target and hold your thumb up over the red dot using both eyes to look at it. All right? Now, keep it held over the red dot and close one eye with the other eye open. And then close that eye and open the other eye. What will happen is your thumb will bounce around. One eye, your thumb will be covering up the red dot. The other eye, it'll be off to the side. The eye that is open when your thumb is covering up your center dot on your target is your dominant eye. That is the eye that you want to use when you are trying to get your best accuracy. Learn to use that eye. It's not that you can't use the other eye, but you will be a better shooter with your dominant eye. Now, you know how to use the sights. Obviously, the sights have a notch in the back and a blade in the front, or a post in the front. And the way they work is you want to line those up. You want that post to sit right in the middle of the space between the rear sights. Now here's some practice that you can do at home. Put a target up on the wall, just like this one, and get back about 20 to 25 feet. Stand like you normally would, and a stance that's really good for target shooting is just standing like you're talking to somebody. Feet shoulder width apart. Pistols don't have that much recoil, so you can basically just stand in a comfortable manner, slightly leaned over, with your arms out in front of you, and aim at this target, lining up those sights. Now you want the red dot, of course, to be right on top of your front sight post. After a little bit of time, you'll get to the point where you're not even seeing these rear sights anymore. But at first, you need to practice putting the front sight post right in the middle of your two rear sights in this notch. There should be an equal amount of daylight on either side of that front sight post. So the first exercise is just getting used to lining the top of this, and this with the equal amount of daylight in between, and holding it that way as long as you can. Try to get comfortable with this. Try to get to the point where it's not foreign at all. It's just as natural as you could possibly be. And then, while you're holding with your proper firm grip that we talked about before, now of course you've been doing your grip exercises, so that's not such a big deal anymore. You're going to line up your sights, hold steady, and practice a trigger squeeze. Nice and easy. It's difficult to do on a camera. Next week we're going to talk about trigger mechanics and proper trigger control on Max Head Space 9mm. Have a good one.